I think expecting to see companion, but a bit different, and what I actually see as a full broadcast control system.
So I'm managing director here at Vivid. We started back in 2005. We're a team of almost 30 people working across outside broadcast, and that varies from the trucks and kind of that side of the industry to fly packs, to remote production. We do a lot of sport, but we don't just do sport. We do a lot of red carpet, but we also do theatre, we do ballet, and we do high-end corporate and festivals and music, and so we're in all kinds of production. It's always an exciting time within media. Like, things are always changing, always developing, and I think one of our roles in any form of leadership is constantly to be looking, okay, how do we innovate? How do we embrace change? And looking at what change is the right thing as a company for us to embrace and what things aren't. So not every new product that comes in is for us. Not every new system that comes in is for us. Not every new solution is for us. But equally, without a doubt, unless we embrace the new solutions, then we're very, very quickly left behind.
So we're with Vivid's new OB unit Barra. This is a state-of-the-art new truck, which is fully for facilitating the on-site engineering and production requirements of a remote game. In this world where we're moving towards more environmental technologies, we thought it was important that this truck reflected that. So it runs fully off HVO fuel, but additionally it's got 10 hours of lithium-ion batteries. So the truck can rock up, use hard power in the stadium, but also have that resilience, so you don't need generators on site. And that's something we're really proud of. My name's Francis. I'm a broadcast engineer here at Vivid, and I'm also the lead on our innovation projects. We've got engineers here from all walks of life, from ex-BBC who are familiar with BNCS as a control system. We've got ex-NEP engineers with Cerebrum and VSM. And there's not one control system that sort of unifies everyone. Everyone likes different control systems for different reasons. Everyone was familiar with Companion. So when we looked at Buttons and we looked at the feature sets that it could support, we looked at our use cases, everyone hopped on board with very limited, discussion, right? It was just, we're getting Buttons.
I'm Sam. I'm the technical producer for the WSL for Aurora. So I look after all of the technical delivery of the women's football here in the UK. I've come from an engineering background. I've worked with all sorts of control systems and have used things like Companion many times to fix bits and bobs. And then talking to the guys at Vivid here, had a phone call of, hey, do you know about this new cool thing that's come out from the awesome guys who made Companion? You go, Introduced to Buttons that way, had a good kind of look at it and dig in and go, oh, this is serious. This isn't just some open source side project. This is a real control system.
One of the challenging things with any new truck design is you want the best equipment for each role. Vendors would love to tie you into lots of bits of equipment that all fit in their ecosystem, but often you see the strength of one bit of kit and the weaknesses of another. We want the best of everything. And tying all of that equipment together is so important to us, and that's where Buttons comes in.
As a director, when you come into somewhere like this, the way in which you interface with the kit, that shouldn't be a block to telling the story. It shouldn't be, whether that's sport, music, whatever it is you're capturing, it should facilitate the journey and facilitate the capture. And one of the things that excites me about how we're integrating Buttons here is that we can use it in a traditional kind of capture, or where we are bringing all the feeds back to here and we're controlling vision mixers and we're controlling physical switchers and physical audio devices. But at the same time, that same director can sit down and he may not know that he's actually controlling a vision mixer that's sitting in a truck in Las Vegas or whatever. It doesn't matter. As far as he's concerned, he's pressing the same buttons that he does every day.
We don't want one person controlling everything. We want everyone controlling everything. And that's something that Buttons has really helped us with. It's been able to empower people in their positions to control the elements they need without having to speak to someone else. And that's really streamlined the whole production.
Kind of opening up in a web browser for the first time, going, this is nice, it's in web browsers, nice and portable, don't have to download random bits of software on lots of computers, and found straight away, this is really intuitive. right? There's lots of tabs named as I would expect things. Terminology is what you're used to. You kind of go, I wonder if there's X feature, and there's a nice button for it, and you click it and see the page you expect to see, right? First putting together a remote center, first kind of got the skeletons in, got the first few connections going, things start popping up. You go, let's have a look at a routing panel and see, oh, all my ports are in. I've got source to destination exactly how you'd expect in your kind of standard control system. And then you start clicking around a bit, going, okay, but surely it doesn't have the advanced stuff. Oh, I can do breakaways. I can route my audio and video separately. I can select lots of things at once. And you start digging in thinking, is this broadcast? Is this redundant? Is this reliable? Can I put hundreds of things on it? What happens if you pull the power out of a bay? And expecting to find, well, it's just companion. It's not.
So the world is progressing in a direction where more and more engineers are empowered to engineer technology themselves, especially with the rise of AI development. We chose Buttons in this truck because at a core, it's built on an open source platform. It's built on something that most people are familiar with, and it's built on something that we can access some of that source code and really understand how it's working at a low level. By putting it in this truck, it unlocks so much potential. Pretty much anything we can think of, we know we can implement with it, and those walls come crashing down. Any other control system, we'd really struggle. It becomes a much longer process to implement innovative features, and with this, we can roll it out really quickly at very short notice.
It's easy enough and quick enough that as a tech producer, I can jump on and do stuff really quickly and just get it done, which other control systems and other software we've used don't have that flexibility. So the fact that I can be stood in a gallery next to a director and they can say, oh, any chance we can have, and I could open my laptop, click 2 buttons and it appears, that's awesome. I have a problem, we need a solution. How do we build that? And the answer is you click around, drag some nodes, draw some lines, put some buttons on a panel, and you've got a solution to that problem, and you can get on it. There are certainly times where we've put things together in minutes, not hours or days, that have really helped, which I haven't been able to do in other systems. Auto creating 20 buttons for something really quickly without lots of copying and pasting, or doing your router segments really quickly, folders and pages, quickly switching around stuff. There's a load of things in there that make your life really quick and easy when you want to build stuff. Being able to share sections, so having common things between multiple panels. Again, I've got 5 operators and I want them all to look the same. Being able to build it once and just smash, 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 all your panels work. Really useful. There's a load of control systems where you can be really granular and you can build everything exactly how you like it, and then you want to do it 50 times and you're like, oh, I have to rebuild this 50 times. That's painful. There are other systems where you can template stuff really well, but you can't get very granular. So being able to build very specific stuff and repeat it and roll it out really quickly, that's very powerful.
For us as a company, we love collaborating with our customers. We think it's such an important part, not just to bring a solution, but actually to hear what is it that they're wanting to do, how do they want to achieve something, and to collaborate, work alongside them, and just be an extension of their team. And so with our suppliers, okay, it's a different kind of collaboration, but we're always looking for that kind of same sense of how can we work together? How can we do something different? So whether that's, with companies like Intonor, who we work with the encoders, or then working as well with Buttons, we were just excited to say, okay, no, we can actually get some collaboration going here. We can work on how can this be developed in a real world environment, it ticked many boxes for us.
In our implementation of Buttons, there's been 1 or 2 devices that we need specific features out of. We've put messages in Slack, and the dev team has worked really hard to fulfill those needs. Very easy to chat forwards and backwards and bounce ideas off as well.
We're a small, independent, but fast-growing broadcast company here in the UK. We don't have big shareholders who are injecting millions every month into the business, and so for us, whatever decision we make, we have to look at the numbers. We have to make sure that whatever we're doing is backed up by data. And for us, it's not about being cheap or about being the cheapest solution, but about being a cost-effective solution.
So if you're already in a facility where you use a traditional control system, or you're in a facility that uses Companion. Why would you pick up Buttons? Why would you put all that time and resource into changing? And I think it comes down to ease of use for operators. The ability to start incorporating bits of equipment and bits of kit that you didn't think about controlling before because it wasn't a necessity. And you start being able to bring them into your control system, and it starts to open new avenues of control and new avenues of streamlining operations. And I think that's something that's been really powerful to us. We can see that this is where control systems are going. This is the future of control systems. It really is redefining. It's in line with modern IT technologies. And it's really clear that this is where we're going to be landing very soon. I'd make the jump now and open up that opportunity sooner rather than later.
Thank you, Sam.
No, my pleasure. It's all true, so like, it was easy.